When you reach 85, you'll be immediately prompted to watch a cutscene which shows you some vision from the past of the dwarven village last stand. Run, Silvera! No! Those bastards! Shillen will pay for this. And also other cutscene of Dark Elf committing collective suicide for Shillen. And even the new epic raid boss, Earthworm. I know it sounds like Earthworm, but it's not Earthworm. Sure looks like one.
Monster sent by your so-called goddess's assassin. Shillen has sent
One cool thing about this boss is, if you're lucky enough, you can see it anywhere at any time. It doesn't serve any purpose, but it's pretty cool. It happened to me once, but I wasn't recording, unfortunately. After the cutscene is over, you'll be told to go speak to an NPC to start your 4th class quest. The quest is pretty short. It requires you to kill some cheap knockoff of the new Awakened class and a fake boss. Well, not really kill, but you get the idea. After that, you'll be granted some more cutscene, and finally the time you've been so patiently waiting for, to become an Awakened class. As you enjoy your last dialogue before awakening, the NPC is going to tell you that all your skills that add enchantment will lose their enchantment. And also tells you how many essence you're going to get from them. It is actually worth it to enchant your skill to get those essence. I would say try to get all your skill to +8 or +7 at least. Doesn't matter how much money you put on the books, you will largely get more than that from the essence. Except if you try to go too high. That's why +7 or +8 is a good number. And finally, here it is, the time to awaken and be amazed or disappointed. I already mentioned that I got my Eva sense to 85 before my Fortune Seeker, so my first Awakened class was a Hairy Healer. It may seem a little confusing at first to get all those new skills and lose all the old one, but you get used to it fast. It's also pretty cool to be able to jump at specific places to move to different areas. It just totally breaks the magic of making you think that you actually go through the portal when you go to Gracia. Now it just makes you realize that the portal is not there and completely useless. And it's also pretty laggy in certain area. Whoa, was that a slideshow? While some people love their Awakened class, I highly did not enjoy Awakening at all due to this main reason. And I'm sorry if this sounds like a complaint video, but this is really how I felt when I turned Awakened. So, get ready, it's gonna be a long list. First, you're forced to trade a lot of skill that might be better than the one you're trading for, but you don't know that at that point, so you just trade them, thinking they're better. So I naively trade Party Recall plus Return for, get ready people, Party Recall! Yes! I traded 2 skill for one that was already part of the trade. When I saw that, I was thinking to myself, the delay on it is probably better than the one I already have, which will make sense. But no, it's the exact same thing, with little less MP, which is not worth losing return for, considering how often you run out of MP. And it always seemed to be cancelled when I get hit, and in 2 minutes the enemy has plenty of time to kill me. There's some buffs that totally get off the chart when you awaken. Stuff like concentration, improved shield, shock resist are not even found on any of the Awakened class. Although one of the skills says it increases stun resist, I highly doubt that it's doing so, because his enchanter have the same buff and it does not mention that it increases stun resist, and it's stacked with shock resist. Shock resist was better anyway, since you could upgrade it to give more resist, but not this one. There's also the recharge skill that you lose. Of course the new Radiant recharge is better than the old one, but when you awaken you automatically lose mana gain, which in itself made the recharge better than Radiant recharge. With mana gain and recharge I was able to give 222 MP to any players, 300 on mage, for only 137 cost. With the new Radiant recharge I give back 180 plus a small MP regen that no one cares about. For a cost of 160 MP? That makes no sense. I'm supposed to be more powerful, not more useless. It's also nice that they give the AoE healer so many healing skills to be able to support your party, but why is there so many skills that are the same? Which lead me to the next issue. There's way too many skills. I have 4 bar of 12 skills. I can't even fit all my skill efficiently on all 4 bar. I had to make a macro for all my buffs and I still don't have enough space. Why is there 2 different AoE skills that do the same thing with just different animation? Why not just make one with less delay? Why is there so many group healing skills? I have Brilliant Heal, which heal the whole party, which I never use because it's too slow and the player will most likely die before it's done casting. Also have Balance Heal, that balance the whole party's HP and give a nice HP regen. Also my personal favorite. One that summon a tree that will randomly heal people when it feels like it. And a Chain Lightning Lucky Heal, which will heal less if there's too many peoples around. All of those healing skills could have been condensed in one heal. And I know what you're thinking, why not just use one and never mind the others? That doesn't work so well. The game forces you to use more by giving the skill huge delay or high unreliability. And what with the picture on this skill? On the picture it looks like a cute fairy, but when I summon it, it's just a floating cube. What a disappointment. And lastly, the fact that I lost all my attack spells for those slow skills that deal random unreliable damage. When I was not even awakened, I was able to fight a group of Velociraptor fast and efficiently, without ever running out of MP. Now it's slow like I've never seen it in Lineage 2, and I run out of MP so fast it's not even funny. Look at the MP cost of those skills. 280, 480, and the delay is just... no comment. Also once you reach 85, the experience curve drastically goes up, and at 86 it gets worse, since you lose your mentor and the big experience rune you might have. And at that point, you're just going to farm days to get a level, and there isn't much in terms of leveling zone. You either fight alone for bad experience or full party for decent experience. There just doesn't seem to be a middle. It's full party or nothing. I miss the old days. Healer, buffer, fighter. It was simple. Now the game just forces you to have a full party. But all that aside, after 2 or 3 days I got used to it and I started to level my main character. Now I have a mentor, so I place all my hope in my next awakened class, Fortune Seeker. If you watch my Let's Play of Lineage 2, you know why I play Fortune Seeker. I like variety, it's cute, but mainly I like collecting items and crafting stuff. Let's look at what the new class system has to offer first. Lineage 2 was never known for its customization. You start with predetermined stats and predetermined skills, so if your class isn't good, it's either the fault of the player or the developers. It may sound boring for everyone to be the same, but the game made up for this by having many classes. There was 34 different classes to choose from, and a good array of equipment to choose from depending on what you like for stats. But this is where NCSoft totally dropped the ball. Now all that is gone. Zero customization and zero difference in all the new set armor. R95 and R99 armor all have the same exact stat. Back in the days there was no S80, it was only S and A, and people were choosing what they preferred. Some prefer Draconic, some prefer Majestic, but now you take what the game gives you and you keep farming mindlessly. Needless to say that all the hybrid class are totally gone from the game. Necromancer, Soulhound, Dominator, Fortune Seeker, all gone. Instead you're forced to specialize in one field. So I was forced to lose all my weapon skills and masteries for the dagger one on my Fortune Seeker. Or some skills that don't even do the class any justice. First I lost all my AoE spoil right away, meaning I'm back to spoiling monster one by one, which is not spoil mind you, but steal. It's nice that you don't have to kill the monster to get the drop, but why is the delay on it so long? I prefer spoil bomb plus sweep or festival by far. So now I'm stuck on a class that has no AoE skills, skills that do damage when they feel like it, skills that don't work properly, and mistranslated skill description that are totally lie. One of the cell buffs says it increases frontal critical rate and damage, but it doesn't increase it, it lowers it. But at least it works fine from the back and from the side. The new shadow chase is useless. The target turns around before stunning, making the skill useless. And the new bluff skill is totally broken. Not cause I cast it on a level 50 monster. The target gets stunned and it loses its target, but it doesn't turn around, which is the whole point of bluff. I was putting my hope on my subclass, which was going to be a tier warrior, but I got fed up and upset with the game so fast that I did not even attempt to level it to 85. I used to love the game, especially the i5 update. It made the class I like useful and gave it more variety. But with the Goddess of Destruction, I feel like I'm useless again. I play a class that's supposed to be a real PvP class, but with so many broken skills and damage that fail to even scratch a squishy class. It's nothing short of a failed class. All in all, the game hasn't changed a lot, and at the same time it did. But what was changed just didn't appeal to me. So is Lineage 2 Goddess of Destruction a bad update? It's probably just a mixed opinion kind of thing. I see a lot of people loving their new Awakened class, and I see a lot not liking them at all. Maybe it's good for a new player and bad for old player, who knows. But as for myself, I played this game for many years, and now is where I say, NCSoft, you did the wrong move. Sorry, but I'm not having fun anymore.